You know those dreams, or rather, the part of a particular dream where you feel naked or exposed in some way? Suddenly being naked is the most common example, but it could be anything. But you know the part of the dream you remember most vividly? Where the fantasy of your dream gets invaded by something embarrassing? Oscar rudely marching in during the play in the opening scene and the performer stopping the play to talk to Oscar? I felt that. I mean, I guess for most people this is just an amusing scene and that's it, but I did theater projects for years and I remember having those kinds of dreams a lot back then, where I was playing a scene in a dream, or heck, even as an audience member, and something happens and then you stop the play for some reason, and that's the worst feeling, man. It was my suddenly naked dream moment, if you know what I mean. Okay, and enough anecdotes, let's talk about the actual episode. Hello, fellow Disney Plus watcher, it's nice to talk with you about Disney Plus today. If you love Disney and Disney Plus as much as I do and enjoy talking about it, why not click the subscribe button to stay up to date and give it a like so that more people can find this video. Thanks. Okay, we're going to get into spoilers. Are you ready for that? Okay, episode 6 of Proud Family Louder and Prouder, titled When You Wish Upon a Roker, could just as well be titled Devil's Deal, and this week's episode gets weird. Penny is once again annoyed with her dad restricting her and controlling her all the time, and for good reason, yo. I mean, Oscar is an evil dictator at this point that keeps getting away with abusing his daughter. Yes, I said it, abusing, but that's another discussion. So Penny is not allowed to have dates with Kareem without him watching. Kareem's the boyfriend character from episode 3, which is still my favorite episode of the bunch, by the way. The internet gets blocked, showed by a pop-up video from her dad that proves Oscar takes pleasure in bullying his daughter, as he put way too much effort into a simple internet blocking protection system. He just couldn't resist it. He had to record himself and make graphics to show how much he cares about this restriction. But Penny feels stuck, and that's when Roker the devil comes in to make a deal. While he creepily overtakes all the screens in her home and her room, and must have had AI installed that knew exactly what Penny was going through, which is extremely unsettling, and he makes an offer she can't refuse. Skip the years she wants to lose to cut her bonds with her dad, and skip to her college years where she can live her life to the fullest without any commitments and responsibilities.
All right, what's the catch?
Catch? No.
She thinks. But with more freedom gained, you get more responsibility. If you have more life options and life choices at your disposal, the inevitable result is more choices are going to rest on your shoulders. You can't continue to lean on people or just hope things turn out okay.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, thank you, Ben, exactly that. You remember episode 5, where Penny and her friends restart their LPDZ band, and the moral of that episode for Penny was, hey girl, you can do anything. That's the message. The only thing you need is a group of people, a group of yes men that say, whatever you do, Penny, we got your back and you always can do anything you want. I'm cuter than you. Yay, Penny, you know? I mean, that episode totally misjudged what Penny was supposed to learn in that situation, in my humble opinion. In that moment, on stage, she was unfortunately not in shape to perform because of her voice, but she did it and she got told that it was good, and it wasn't good. That's what I like about the lesson here. The lesson Penny takes to heart this week. In the end, she admits she wasn't ready. She still needs that slightly more comfortable place in life. She needs her father's protection and can't take on that much responsibilities. With less responsibilities, that also means less power.
With great responsibility comes great power.
Gosh, Ben, you're exactly right again. You're on a roll. By the way, I feel weird about it, but Penny's kind of my age in this episode, and the idea that now, if I wanted to, kind of crush on her? Nope, sorry, we're not going there. I feel weird. Let's get back to the story, because the exact rules on the spell that is put on Penny that ages her wasn't really clear. Like, when we first see her aged up in college and she meets up with Dijonay, Zoe, La Cienega, etc., we hear from Dijonay, hey, we in college now. So what? That makes me wonder about, do Penny's friends know this happened? Because we don't see them startled about the fact that they have been taken hostage by Penny's contract. I mean, Penny kind of saw it coming, but her girls, they suddenly are being placed in a new situation. So the concept lacks any sense of groundedness. Is that a word? Groundedness? I don't think so. I don't know. And this is not a big deal. This is a 30-minute cartoon episode, but if we only got a little bit of adjustment time or some acknowledgement of Penny changing the lives of her friends drastically without any warnings, I think this episode would have benefited greatly from that, because now it was like, okay, we're doing this now. Let's see how this character is doing. Oh, look, everybody, Kareem has a goatee. Woo! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Interesting that we got new voice actors, or at least new voices for the characters, even though that result is mixed in my opinion. Penny's voice is really well done. I believe this is a grown version of Penny instantly. Dejanay is very much like her younger voice. Zoe's voice is 180 degrees different, but with her character it's kind of funny that she's a totally different character in general. But Maya's voice, for instance, felt really weird compared to the original. Like she skipped 50 years instead of 10 and smoked cigarettes for most of the time. I really like that we see the roles of Penny and the role of Penny's friends reversed. Like normally Penny is the one from the group that acts up, you know, generally. It feels responsible and makes the more mature choices. And it's interesting that this notion gets reversed and it actually makes sense. Penny's friends already had their childhoods devoted to having fun, not caring too much, while Penny worried about stepping up about this and that issue, and now we have to save money for this and that. Now it's college time, and there's no need for a Dejanay or a La Cienega to carelessly throw the school books out of the window and go and party, because they already know that side of their personality, if you know what I mean. Penny has been worrying about responsibilities her whole life, and now she feels like she wants to escape that. That's why I totally believe Penny's story here, and I actually think this episode handles Penny's friends the best of all episodes for this exact reason. Despite this, I also didn't really care about this episode, even if it does justice to Penny and her friends as characters. Was it just me, or was this episode just one of the least funny ones? Maybe even the episode with the smallest amounts of comedy in all of this show. I mean, I loved Sugar Mama's snarky comment, "Welcome to the club," after Penny states she hates her father. I mean, Sugar Mama, please never change your never-ending, frighteningly abusive relationship with Oscar. It's horrifying, but it is hilarious. I mean, it was interesting to see some new designs for the characters we know, and Zoe actually being depicted as the most handsome of the bunch was a fun idea. We all know somebody in our lives that grew surprisingly pretty out of puberty, so there's relatable stuff in this episode. I love the subtle jab against activists going too far to reach their goals in Maya's line, "I only know how to talk with this," referring to her loudspeaker being her only means of communication. I really like that this is obviously a wink to the sometimes unreasonably aggressive social justice warriors. Again, some of them are. It's not the majority per se. I do like that this show can be self-aware about that. But overall, guys, not really enjoyable of an episode, even though the story's good. I mean, something we've seen 100 times before, but still good for this 30-minute episode. I just didn't think there was much to laugh this week, simply. I thought Al Roker's little Roker minions and the final one-shot basketball challenge felt a bit lame and out of the blue. I mean, there must have been something more exciting to do here that involved Penny facing her demons, right? Now, a loony version of Oscar that talks very funny is stepping in to save her from her responsibilities. And I get it. Penny concludes about this whole ordeal that she wants to step away from responsibility and let her father handle it, which is okay. Pretty mature choice for Penny in the end to make. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it is a mature choice to choose not to be mature, if you know what I mean, right? So that's all good, but maybe it would have felt a little better, a little more empowering for Penny that if she got to do something herself to get out of this mess, to show us the audience that Penny's got this autonomous side in her, but that she ultimately chooses, no, I want to live my normal life again and I want to feel protected by my dad. The choice would have felt more impactful if she got to take care of the mess herself. The whole basketball dunk felt a little silly and underwhelming for that reason, I think. Not great, not that exciting. Really like the new designs and Penny and her friends shifting perspective to see this new side of Penny. The college stuff, I mean, it was okay. The episode is weirdly refreshing and well told until we get to the basketball court. Still, I don't like it that much. Still, there wasn't much that left me smiling, and the devil's deal thing is maybe something that's done a little too many times. I'm thinking about wrapping this up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm curious, what did you think of this episode? Be sure to let me know in the comment section. And if you're interested in my thoughts on previous episodes, you'll find it right here in the playlist or down in the description. Did you like the video? Then there's the simple way to show support. Thank you so much. For now, have a wonderful day and see ya.